This is music, and this is a mixtape for a horse. This is a response video. It's an entry into Horse of Unreason's 100 subs contest. Congratulations on reaching 100 subs. That is awesome. Horse of Unreason is a brand new channel to me, but it's a Swedish dude in a horse head talking metal. What's not to like about that? So the contest is good fun, and it's a bit of a blast from the past. The theme is mixtapes, and back in the day, in my case at least, back in the late 80s, early 90s, we would make mixtapes to listen to on our Walkman. We would make mixtapes for each other as well, and mixtapes to kind of borrow stuff from each other, like albums, records, CDs and stuff. We would borrow that from each other and make mixtapes for ourselves. So a blast from the past, super fun contest there. So the rules are: make a mixtape. It should be a 60-minute mixtape, so 30 minutes per side. There should be some kind of theme to the mixtape to prevent it from going all over the place genre-wise, and then shout out 3 vinyl community channels. My theme is, because I wanted it to be a mixtape from back when I would make mixtapes. So the theme is the late 80s, early 90s, so more specifically heavy music from 1985 to 1995. That is the theme. Okay, so let's get down to business. Side A, the first track is from AC/DC's The Razor's Edge from 1990, Thunderstruck, because it has a great build-up. It's a great hard rock song. It has a great build-up. It builds in intensity, and it's very iconic too. And I figured that would be a great way to open a mixtape too. Okay, up next from 1992, Obituaries. The End Complete, and the song I've picked is the title track, The End Complete. There's a built-in joke here because people say Obituary is the AC/DC of death metal, so that's why I have them right after AC/DC. But The End Complete, in my opinion, is a great song. It's for the most part heavy. It consists of very few guitar riffs, but they are very compelling. And the drums just sound massive. And then when it does kick into a more up-tempo old school death metal song, or old school death metal part, I would say, because the song on the whole is heavy, but the fast parts are just old school death metal, and it kicks ass. So that's why I picked this one. Great song. Okay, the third track is from 1989, Blind Guardian from Follow the Blind, Valhalla, up-tempo, fast power metal song. This is from their almost like speed metal, early speed power metal era. Has a great catchy chorus, and there's also a guest appearance by Kai Hansen. So I figured that would be kind of nice to have an up-tempo power metal song right after a considerably heavy old school death metal song. Up next from 1990, a bit of a deep cut here. Run Silent, Run Deep from No Prayer for the Dying, a much maligned Iron Maiden album. I quite like it. But for me, the deep cuts are actually the best songs on here. And I quite like Run Silent, Run Deep. It's not my favorite Maiden song. But I think it's a good heavy metal song, and there's a bit of a melancholic atmosphere to it, and it's about submarine warfare, and it's a song that's not mentioned a whole lot, and it's a song that I actually quite enjoy listening to. So there you go, a bit of a deep cut there. Okay, up next, that might be a deep cut too, but it's from Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses from '87, and I'm going with So Easy, and it's a bit of a deep cut. It's not one of the big hits, but I really like the song. I think it has a nice drive to it, and I like that Axl Rose doesn't do his wailing vocals on that song. So there you go. Has a nice sing-along friendly chorus as well. Okay, from Guns N' Roses to the Nukes, Nuclear Assault, Handled with Care from 1989. I could pick any song. This time I'm going with When Freedom Dies, because I love the chorus. I love the entire song, but I love the chorus. And it's just a song that I remember listening to a lot on a mixtape back in the early 90s. But it's a great song from a great thrash metal album. Okay, to close side A, I'm going with from 1995 from Death Symbolic. Could pick any song from here too, but I'm going with Crystal Mountain because it neatly combines death metal with I don't know, almost progressive power metal in a way. It's quite melodic, but you have Chuck Schuldiner's screechy death metal vocals. Great song from a fantastic album. So that was side A. So side B will open with from 1986 Angel of Death by Slayer from Rain and Blood, and I only have this weird version, limited edition version of Rain and Blood on vinyl. I have it on CD as well, but anyways, Rain and Blood, Angel of Death, super aggressive, fast thrash metal song with the legendary scream in the beginning, and I figured it would be a nice way to just kickstart side B with an iconic, legendary thrash metal song with nasty lyrical content as well. And from that, we will slow down a bit, and we'll go with Black Castle from 1992 from Beyond the Crimson Horizon by Solitude Eternus. Doom metal masterpiece, epic doom metal masterpiece. I could pick any song from here, but I went with Black Castle because it has a nice drive. I really like the main guitar riff, and it's one of the shorter songs on the album, so it gives me more space maybe for one more song on side B. Up next, the thrash metal song that never was from Skid Row's Slave to the Grind from 1991, the title track. For my money, it's a thrash metal song on a hair metal album, and it's a great song. It's probably the most aggressive song by Skid Row, although you have some pretty heavy stuff on Subhuman Race. But I love this song. It's aggressive. It's heavy. It's still quite melodic, and the chorus is just scream along friendly. And there are some thrash metal bands that have covered it. Okay, so from that to 1985, Fight for Your Rights by Motley Crue from Theater of Pain. And this is actually a Motley Crue album I don't really like that much. I think it's pretty boring. But Fight for Your Rights is not boring. I think it's the best song, or maybe one of the best songs on here. Raise Your Hands to Rock, I think is pretty good too. So I figured just to honor that it's, in my opinion, an interesting song on a boring album, I decided to include that one. And I wanted to include some hair metal, some glam metal on this mixtape too. Okay, up next, also the other one was from 1985. From 1995, by Invocator, From Dying to Live, I'm going with Hole. It's for my money, it's a progressive groove metal song. It has some pretty cool kind of Latin beats or pseudo Latin beats to it. It's very well composed. It's progressive, and Invocator is one of my favorite bands, and I wanted to include a Danish band as well. So there you go. From Invocator to 1991's Blazing Stone by Running Wild. I picked Slavery. This is a Running Wild album that not a lot of people talk about. I quite like it. And I like Slavery. It's a heavier song for Running Wild. And I like their use of, is it called timpani? The, slave driver drum. And it has a nice chorus as well. So there you go. And up last, another Danish band. From 1989's No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims by Disneyland After Dark. I went with Point of View. Nice melodic hard rock, and I like the sort of twang guitar melody. And again, it has a nice chorus, and I figured it's a kind of a nice chill way to finish off a mixtape. So as you can see, lots of variation in, I would say, metal subgenres. I consider all of these genres to be part of the metal universe, but there is a constraining theme, 1985 to 1995 heavy music. So there you go. All right, the shout outs: Roger Chorvik and Rock and Metal Plus and Metal Marty Mac. If you love your metal, check out those 3 channels. That was my mixtape. Now go and check out Horse of Unreason. Sub to his channel, because there's nothing better than a Swedish dude in a horse head talking metal. Okay, enough horsing around, buckaroos. Thanks for watching.